Today we're here to do a spinal mobility sequence that will do tremendous things to open up the interlinkages all the way from your head down to your toes. Believe it or not, we are connected, as the song says, from your knee bone all the way on up. So this exercise is going to help you interconnect through a spiraling and twisting sequence of activities. We're going to perform this activity both front lying and back lying. Today's video, part one, will be the front lying version. So the first thing we'll do, of course, is take a front lying position. From our front lying position, the first action in the sequence is to relax and breathe at least 3 times big while you're setting your toes together, knees together, hips loose, and your hands at your sides of your face here, just nice and gentle. So we'll take 3 deep breaths and relax the body. Settling into the floor like a pancake. The first action in the sequence will be to swivel the hips gently side to side. It's a very easy motion. We just want to have the hips get a little wiggle, and ideally we have the spine slowly adding to the twist, allowing itself to roll and wiggle. Okay, you can hear in my voice a little roll, but also you see in my tail tip, back and forth twist. Okay, that's movement number 1. Our second maneuver moves up from the middle, up the spine to the ribs, where we're going to, quote, shrimp or tuck in the rib cage. It should feel a little like someone's trying to kick you or tickle you, and you're avoiding it. All right, so we ribs crunch, rib crunch, and you drag your hips up along with that. Our next maneuver in the activity is a single leg comes to a bend, and we want to allow that leg to leave left and right or laterally to the outside like a windshield wiper. We want to stay as relaxed as possible so the body drags along with that lean all the way from the hip through the midsection. We'll conduct several on the right, at least 30 seconds to a minute more on the left. And what we search for is any blockages. So if your leg hits a hard stop and doesn't like to go, we want to drive through that and relax with a breath. Driving the leg down, dragging the hip gently along. Loosening as we go. Searching for fluidity and flow in the hip. We then move back, so we've gotten from the middle, we've moved to the ribs, then the hip. Now we're moving up the spine to the shoulder. We're going to draw a right shoulder up, and then a left shoulder up, and we're lifting and drawing back. So I could, if I was really strong, lift the entire limb and look, but we're going to be a little less work and leave the arm on the floor. Draw up and relax. Draw up and relax. Lifting the shoulder and the ribs. Lifting the shoulder and the ribs. Now we continue back down below the waist by bending the knees. Both knees now will roll. You'll see the entire pelvis turn, and the heels act as a lever, driving the femurs over and the hips into rotation. This creates rotational pull all the way up the spine and really helps stretch out, as you can see, these obliques, fronts of the ribs, and even across this shoulder. So we keep the knees pinched, drive the hips back, roll. Allow your head to look the opposite direction, and so your spine gently twists along with those legs. Now as you go back up to the top, we take a planted position with the palms. We're going to turn the hands out so the elbows are in. And much like a yoga cobra up, we'll just perform this on one side. One side up, propped on the elbow. The next side up, propped on the elbow. And as we get a little stronger, we pull in and roll back even farther. Stretching out the serratus anterior, the obliques, maybe even a little pecs as you drive that shoulder back. We're getting ready, as you can see, to spiral all the way over. Okay, so now we go back downstairs, our leg up, our heel rises, our hip goes all the way over. As an independent exercise, we call this the scorpion. But what we want to see here is a full spinal rotation, gently controlled on the way down. Heel bends, knee lift, hip drives over the top. Turn the hip and the spine, touch the foot to the floor, and gently return to the ground. As you get stronger, we reach the arms out farther. We take the leg up higher and reach an even bigger circle. Lift the leg up over the top, setting gently back down. Again, that level exercise we perform for about a minute constant. And we should look for smoother flow, easier activity. Finally, up top we have the arm going up. This near side arm we're going to roll by kind of looking at a watch, rotating the elbow over the face. And you'll notice my knee down here stays as an anchor. I roll the ribs over, reaching back, gently lowering, looking. As you reach the floor, hopefully we get all the way back. This knee will start to float. We want to drive the knee back, spiraling back down, opening slowly to the ground. Look at the right hand, check the watch. Drive the head and shoulder back. Keep your anchor knee open. Breathe. Roll the knee back. Drive the knee slowly and controlled. That's where our health improves, as we gain control and can more slowly do the movement. Complete rotation of the spine and shoulder. Drive the hip, dragging back. Very slow. Okay, we complete our spinal mobility progression with a cobra press to a cat stretch. We want to make sure that we allow the spine to lengthen as we finish. And then always walk up, keeping pressure low on the spine as you complete that exercise. So that's our front lying spinal mobility progression, a tremendous drill for anybody who's in a rotational sport or has any kind of adjustment needs, alignment needs in the spine.